Prince Edward Island. It has experienced a much smaller outbreak than Quebec, just 27 cases, no deaths. The first case in 13 days was announced yesterday. Still, the province is proceeding with great caution as it moves to reopen its economy. Let's look to the details as P.E.I. announced them yesterday. Louise Martin is with us. She's in Charlottetown. Louise, of course, longtime friend of us on our program and at CBC News Network, and now the anchor of the Supper Hour program in P.E.I. Louise, it's 3 phases to the plan there on P.E.I. Tell us what the province's plan is.
Yes, Heather, this is cautious and deliberate. That is how the Premier and the Chief Public Health Officer, Dr. Heather Morrison, described that yesterday as they begin to describe how they're going to ease some of the public health measures. Really, though, reiterating the fact that we have to continue some of the isolation measures when people come into the province, so 2 weeks self-isolation, and talking about the need for surveillance and testing, increased testing. So up to 2,000 tests can be done here on P.E.I. now a week. And of course, that physical distancing. So it all came along with that caveat that we must remain vigilant on this. So what we're going to see, one of the biggest changes is gatherings, outdoor gatherings of no more than 5 individuals, but they can be from different households. So that can begin on Friday, May 1st, non-contact outdoor recreation activities. So we're talking about golf courses, recreational fishing. You can go for a walk. Marinas and yacht clubs can open on Friday. Some non-essential childcare will continue then. Also physiotherapists, optometrists, so some healthcare measures will start to lift their restrictions on those. And, you know, in talking about this phase 2 is with 3 weeks after phase 1. So we're talking about May 22nd, that you'll see some limited indoor gatherings of no more than 5 people. So you can watch a movie, say with a group of friends. You have to maintain that physical distancing. We could see larger outdoor activities as well. I think 10 individuals in phase 2. Retail businesses can start to open. That's a big one. No trying on clothes in a store, but hairdressers, barbers, those kind of services can start on May 22nd. And then phase 3 will roll in on June 12th. And everything in phase 3 starts with the word potential, Heather. So potentially for phase 3, where we'll see gatherings of say up to 20 people, 15 people to 20 people. So these are all potential. So in delivering this news yesterday, the Premier made it very clear that they are doing this cautiously. They are doing it slowly because there's no turning back, and they don't want to be in a position where they have to tighten restrictions again. So take a listen to Premier Dennis King.
If we were to err by waiting an extra week or 2 to open up the economy, and that impacts that it would have on businesses or individuals or NGOs, we have the ability to help, as we have demonstrated, to those who would be impacted. But if we err by moving too fast, opening too soon, making our province vulnerable to the spread of the virus, people could get really, really sick or die. And there are no programs to bring people back from the dead. So we will begin this long road back, but we will do so with extreme caution.
Trying to find the balance, as every government is, the carefully constructed plan, as the Premier described it, as laid out yesterday. It was interesting, Louise, one thing that was not included was anything about the reopening of schools. Any word on when students will be able to go back to class?
We're supposed to learn more about that this week, but they did say, so the extended date for schools is supposed to be May 11th, so there was the potential of reopening May 11th. They said definitively yesterday that is not going to happen. They didn't put a date on anything as far as going back into the classroom. So a lot of parents are a little bit frustrated about that. They want sort of a defining moment for schools to know whether they will be going back at all. When you look at the phased-in plan, I'm looking at the chart here, every time you look at the education line, phase 1, phase 2, even up to phase 3, which takes us to June, it says home-based learning options with some limited activities. They talked yesterday maybe about families meeting with a teacher if they need some resources, but here on Prince Edward Island, rural internet is a big issue. So the playing field is not level at all here. And so some of the concerns was that when kids do go back, and if that is in September, that they don't go back until September, how how unlevel that playing field will be and how behind some students will be. They have said they are going to meet those gaps in learning come the new school year, that they will massage the curriculum a little bit. But for parents at home trying to teach their children, those parents who are out working, who can't monitor or police their kids trying to do home learning, it's become a real frustration for many.
Louise, thank you for all of this. It's great to see you this morning, and thank you for bringing us up to date on what's happening on the island. Appreciate that. That's Louise Martin in Charlottetown.